I got the question, how many times do I forgive my partner when he repeatedly makes a mistake and doesn't show that he's changing? And my question really is for you, how many times? I'm Love Coach Lynn, and I am helping women bring abundant love into their life. And this video is about switching what you think is forgiveness to actual boundaries and then forgiveness. So if this is the case for you, what you think is forgiveness is actually just acceptance. Every day that you forgive a behavior that you actually don't like, quote unquote forgive, you're saying to your partner, it's okay. It's all right. I'll live with it. I'll tolerate it. Even though in your mind you're saying you don't. You don't like it. You don't want it in your life. And there's a whole range of mistakes that we could be talking about, from minor to very severe. So what it looks like to actually create a transformation in your partner is a boundary. What you want to say is, I can forgive you, but first, I need to know that this is not going to happen again. This is becoming unavailable for it to continue. The partner, your partner, will continue as long as you're available for it. We all do. As humans, we get what we tolerate, and we give what other people tolerate. And we don't step up until a boundary has been set. And the same goes for your partner. Your partner will step up once your boundary is set. If your boundary is, I am completely unavailable for that, so therefore I am finished with this relationship, then that's your boundary. And I only recommend that if it's serious enough to end the relationship because of it. Otherwise, you just become unavailable for that behavior by no longer allowing it, no longer accepting it, no longer being a part of that dynamic. For example, at one point in my relationship, before we got married, my husband got very upset about something very small. And he's like, well, we don't even need to get married if that's the case. And the wedding was just a month away or so. And I was completely unavailable for that. And I said, no. We're getting married. And we're not doing that. I am not entering a marriage that is based on threats. And I am entering this marriage. Do you get where I'm coming from? I'm not going there. And I invite you to come along with me. And that never happened again. Energetically, I set a boundary. I didn't make it a threat. When you need to set a boundary and you're firm in your boundary, it is what it is. And if you're saying, this is over, there's no threat there. It's firm. The behavior is over. That comment is over. This dynamic is over. This drama triangle is over. The jealousy is over. The disrespect is over. And in worst case scenarios or biggest case scenarios, this relationship is over. You decide. Your choice. How much are you going to tolerate? Once you set a boundary, either the partner moves on if that boundary can't be met, or massive transformation happens, and it can happen instantaneously. When your partner feels how serious you are, that mistake is no longer going to be tolerated by you, then it's so much easier to move on. Your partner will feel the energy and your partner will come on board, or not, but your boundary has been set. From that place, especially when transformation occurs and that fast, deep, profound transformation has occurred, forgiveness, real forgiveness, is so much easier. It's like almost effortless. because it creates compassion, it creates connection, it creates closeness, because you've overcome something big that was stuffed under the rug before, that wasn't dealt with before. You were able to get past it by dealing with it, by processing it, by no longer tolerating something that was making you resentful, angry, and distant, and unattracted emotionally, physically, verbally, spiritually to that person. You don't want that in a relationship. That's settling. That's tolerating. You get what you tolerate. So if you lower your tolerance for anything that isn't amazing love, not to say that it'll always be perfect, but if you lower your tolerance for the 90-some% of awesome time together, then that's what you're going to get. You're going to get 90-something% of your time together being awesome, because you've raised your standards. You've lowered your tolerance and you've said, these are my boundaries. They won't be crossed. And when they are, I will let you know. And I'm going to put my foot down, and I expect you to do the same for me. When I cross your boundaries, let me know and I'll step back. Because I want this relationship to be built on love, respect, mutual support, mutual adoration, and mutual growth. And we each need to know how to best support each other and grow together. So check in with yourself. What are you tolerating that you shouldn't? No longer tolerate it. You've got to become so clear and get so fierce with that decision. It is a decision that I will no longer tolerate anything that is less than abundant love. And I will be fierce with myself in that decision. And that opens the doors to invite that whatever mistake to no longer happen. And when it does, we course correct, we fix it, we move forward together. Or not, depending on your decision. So if this was of any value to you, please subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to Love the Feminine Way. Go to lovethefeminineway.com. I am here to help women feel and give love abundantly in a feminine way, joyfully, nurturing, receiving. So I hope you have an amazing day, and remember to raise your standards by lowering the tolerance of what no longer serves you in love.